everybody. Today we're here to talk about the top 3 stretches. It's really hard for me to pick the top 3. There's so many that are really good, but I wanted to narrow it down for you. But we're going to do the top 3 stretches for infielders today. This is totally workout with me. You could write it down, put it on a piece of paper and take it with you in the future. But right now I'm timing it out for you. I'm going to explain it for you and it's all going to be laid out for you. So let's start. Let me set my timer. We're going to do each stretch for 2 minutes each. In the beginning, if it's a little difficult, don't be afraid to do it a little bit less, but try your best to stay in it and get to that 2-minute mark. And then in time, you'll know which ones you need more work on and you can do them for a little bit longer. So the first one we're going to do today for infielders, we know they need to be really quick on their feet. They need to have quick bursts and who knows what direction. So we're going to open up the ankles, the bottoms of the feet, the toes, and the calves, so that we can get more power to push off and get you to that ball quicker. We're going to start with heroes, toes tucked. Most of my players don't particularly like this, but that means they really need to take some time to do it. So to set it up, you're going to come onto your knees, tuck your toes under, and what's really important about this is that your heels are straight up to the sky. If you allow the heels to go out or knock in, you're pushing your knees out of alignment. It's not healthy for you. So you want the heels straight up. I like to just keep my hands right on my heels so I can kind of know what's going on. We'll start the timer. Some people won't really understand what's going on here because they're nice and open and they don't really feel anything. Some people will think I'm trying to break your toes off, and I promise you I'm not trying to do that. But nonetheless, eventually, hips right on the heels, body is straight up. In the beginning, if it's difficult for you, stay here, but maybe lean forward on some blocks until you can come straight up and put all your weight down onto your heels. I promise you it's safe. And as long as your heels are straight up to the sky and everything's good, if you feel like you can go a little further in time or on any particular day, you can bring it back. Okay? Some people go all the way back to their forearms. Some people go all the way back to the top of the head touches the floor. So there's a lot of work to be done here. And a little bonus is you might be getting some quads in there too. In order to not get strain on the low back, you want to make sure you tuck the tailbone under and make it about those quads if your quads are tight. So just hold, maybe pick your favorite song in your headphones, hold and breathe. Notice which side you might feel more than the other, or do they feel the same? Where do you feel it? Do you feel just the toes? If so, all of them, or one? Which one? Talk to yourself and notice. These are the things that are going to give you clues before they become injuries. So really tune in. If you have a family history of bunions, this type of stretching will help stop the progression of bunions. It will not reverse it. If you keep the bottom, the plantar fascia of the foot nice and open, this will help that. Also, it helps eliminate plantar fasciitis because you're keeping it nice and open and supple. So come out slow. Come onto your hands and knees. Be still. Give yourself a moment. Untuck your toes. It's not going to be quick. Just maybe shake them out a little bit, whatever you need to do. Kind of feel human again, get the blood flow back again. If you want to mix in toes untucked, you can, but that wasn't part of my top 3. But know that that's a possibility if you want to do the other side of the ankle as well. So the next one we're going to do is lying spinal twist. I think you're going to like it a little bit more, but it's still work. You're going to come onto your back. This video is going to be a little bit longer because we have one-sided stretches, so we have to do each way. So don't be discouraged if you look and the video is a little bit longer than the rest. We're going to bring the right thigh over your left thigh, knees into your chest, flex your feet to keep your knees in alignment, and you're going to drop the legs. So right thigh over your left thigh, drop your legs over to the left. You're going to set the timer, and you're going to reach with your right arm. Right palm's going to face up. You'll see it better when we do the other side. And you're going to look that way too. So we're getting a full spinal twist from the base of the neck all the way down to the tailbone. And left hand is weighing down that top knee,
Sometimes I like to just kind of rock myself back and forth just to make sure I'm not gripping anywhere. And I think I prefer my athletes to make a choice here instead of both of them floating, because in time, knee should be touching and the back of the opposite shoulder touches at the same time. But if you have to make a choice, get the knee down, have the arm floaty, because really, I think infielders tend to have slouchy, rounded shoulders due to their ready position, so I think this is a little bit more helpful for you. You breathe into it, might get a back crack or two out of it. It's a nice bonus. You need some time to sink in. I think in time you're going to want to do this one a little bit longer. When I teach in class or with teams, I do it at least 3 to 4 minutes. You could also change the angle of your arm depending on where you feel the best stretch. If you don't know what to do, just have the arm directly out of your shoulder and resting it down. Some of you, the arm won't even touch the ground. Your shoulders are so tight it'll be floating. But this one's really amazing. Try to let go. Don't grip anywhere. I tend to grip on my inner thighs here, sometimes my belly. So on the exhale, make a conscious effort to just let go. Come back to center. You want to come back nice and slow after a long deep hold. Uncross the legs, make the feet a little bit wide, pigeon toe, and just knock the knees together. So what we're doing now is giving that low back a chance to realign and recoup. And we're going to go left thigh over your right thigh, knees into the chest, and same thing, slowly drop over to the right. Little flex in the foot to keep the knees aligned. You're going to notice right away which side is tighter. So for me, this side's a little bit tighter. Getting that knee down. See my shoulder comes up off the floor. You can play around with this angle wherever you feel the best stretch. I feel good about 1 o'clock. And again, let go, release, relax. We know that those infielders really need flexible spines that have great rotation in both directions. You never know where that ball is going to come at you. So we need to launch off our powerful feet, and we need to be able to twist and rotate in order to get a glove on that ball. I could stay here all day. Oh, I just got a back crack. See, it took a little while there. It took about a minute before my back finally let go, released, and relaxed, and cracked. What's good about this is you're going to get a little top glute. Some people will feel it all the way down that IT bands, which is another big place that infielders may need to stretch. If you want to do it while you're here, you can straighten that top leg, reach down and grab with a strap, or if you're lucky, your fingers will grab your toe and automatically get right into that IT band. Try to drop that top hip away from your face, lengthening that left side of the body and really getting that stretch down the leg. So you could get shoulder, back, hip, IT band all in one here. The ultimate expression of this pose is to reach down and grab that bottom foot and get some quad too. But I think it's more important that you guys get more shoulder, chest. And again, we're going to come out nice and easy, nice and slow. Find that center point. We're going to go right into that last stretch that I chose for you guys, and that is a face-up shoulder stretch. That's going to get a very localized front deltoid. Might feel into the chest a little bit, but like I said before, infielders tend to be slouchy in that ready position, therefore shortening this space. When this space is short, it inhibits how much you can reach for the ball. So if this is nice and open, you can really reach out without damaging the shoulder or over-involving your back. So we're going to go right into the last one. Since we just did that side, let's take the left hand, you can see it better on this side, underneath the back. Now your palm is going to be facing the floor, And your hand is going to go right in the small of your back. If you put it under your butt, you're just going to cut off circulation, right? You want it under enough that it makes kind of a figure 4, that you're covering the wrist joint, but I don't see the hand coming out on the other side. So a nice figure 4. Let me get my timer. You're going to, this is my, truth be told, my tight spot, so you're going to really see it here. You're going to slowly drop the legs towards the bent elbow side. Now, really, my shoulder should be flat on the floor, and hopefully yours is too. I tend to carry a lot of tension in my shoulders. When the anterior deltoid and chest are tight, you're more prone to bursitis and more inflammation of the front of the shoulder. So it's really good for you to try to relax here. One thing I don't want you to do, I want you to look, I want you to talk to that shoulder. Every exhale, release and relax. But I do not want you to push down right here on the front, because you could actually aggravate the bursa sac. If you feel like you want to encourage the shoulder, go right off the chest, right in that soft spot, and you can push in a little bit. Ultimately, knees are together. You're also getting a little bit of a different kind of spinal twist, a little higher in the spine, as well as that shoulder. Some might feel a little bicep, and that's okay as long as there's no elbow pain. So this is definitely the thorn in my side. I'm glad I'm doing it with you today. Just take some time to really focus, relax, and release that shoulder. And there I go. Maybe every exhale, I got to refocus and relax. Think about it. Make lax your muscles again. Relax over and over and over and over. Every exhale. Never let anyone jump on you while you're in this position. Big dog, little kids, goofball friend, because you could really damage the shallow shoulder socket. On your own, you're in a perfectly safe position. Just try to breathe through it. I just noticed I was holding my legs, my stomach, my shoulder, so. And to come out of this one, go very slowly. All you're going to do is kind of slide that arm away. I'm going to flip it around so you can see the other side. While that arm recovers, we can go right into the other side. Right palm underneath the low back, palm faces the floor. Okay? Slowly, slowly, drop the legs to the right. So, even though I'm a righty, and you're going to find a lot of resistance, more likely than not, on your dominant side. So I'm a righty. Usually it's tighter for righties on this side. For some strange reason, I haven't had any shoulder injuries, but for some strange reason, I'm a little better on this side. So maybe I'm just a little more mindful of opening my tight side. I have some people that are so open, their chest doesn't face up to the sky anymore. You start to roll over until your chest faces the side wall. You can extend that top leg if you want to weigh yourself over more. It's a little too intense for me. But, see what you feel. And remember, don't push on that bursa sac area. Push in that squishy spot. It's a sort of anterior deltoid, deep shoulder socket, itchy good kind of stretch. Itchy good pain kind of stretch. You don't want knifing pain though, I should say that. You want that itchy, stretchy pain. Any kind of zinging, zapping, knifing pain, not good. Come out, adjust. If you can't, then let's skip it for now until you talk to a doctor or teacher or coach. All right, again, come out nice and slow. Release the arm, roll over onto your side.
curl up into fetal position and come on up once you feel ready. So those are my top 3 choices for infielders. Don't forget to check out some of my other videos because there could be other stretches in there that are relevant to you and that relate to some of your tight spots. So check out all the videos, even if you don't normally play that position. All right, I will see you next time, and be good. Be great.